After the first 2 days of training camp, one thing is for sure. Jalen Hurts is a surgeon out there. He is dead on accurate. Dallas still stinks. You by the way, Dingbat here, and Jalen Hurts was tearing it up yet again. So far, in the first 2 days of practice, and it's only 2 days, he has been deadly accurate like a surgeon. And to me, this is going to be a huge factor going into this season. If we get just this version of Jalen Hurts, the league is in giant trouble. But speaking of trouble, and no, we're not speaking about the Cowboys or the Giants, because you know they're all in trouble. The Eagles made some moves today, and we're going to talk about it real quick. We have signed wide receiver Griffin Herbert and waived tackle Gottlieb Daisy from the non-football injury list because Philly 500 can't pronounce the name. Now, Griffin was with the Eagles before. He was on the practice squad. He's 6'1", 232 pounds, was a tight end in college, converted to a wide receiver. And my thoughts are he's pretty much just the body that they're bringing in. But that's the move that the Eagles made today. Now, as far as practice goes, here was the injury report. We always start with the injury report. Pound Eagles practice report. Will not practice. Oren Burks' knee, which is disappointing because I really wanted to see what this guy has. There's a lot of talk about him with the 49ers, and that when he's had the opportunities to start, he has been pretty good. But he is out with a knee. Brent Toth, hamstring, and then limited. Landon Dickerson's toe laceration has been healed. Well, not healed, but he was limited. But he used the old Devontae Maddox trick, twist it, turn it, poke it around, and boom, his toe's working again. I don't know. But he's back with toe laceration. Now, in today's practice, I want to start on the defensive side of the ball. Vic Fangio met with the media today. He talked, and it was a pretty interesting press conference. To me, the big thing that is really interesting about what's going on with the defense is what they're doing with BRADBERRY. Because what I think they are signaling with the James BRADBERRY going to safety and being the second string safety, they're signaling that he's gone. They are trying to make him look versatile. They are going to try to make him look good. And they are going to basically try to get rid of him. Now, I say that because I expect these coaches to come out there and talk great about him and how good he is and how good he's going to be. And Vic Fangio talked a little bit about BRADBERRY, and he talked about how hard and difficult it is for a safety or for a cornerback to go to a safety. And he said that you know, we remember the successful guys who have done it, but it doesn't happen that very often. This is what he said.
BRADBERRY is making the shift from long-time corner to safety. You've seen that over the years, guys do that. Is there something about him that
yeah, he might be. I mean, you say that you've seen that a lot over the years. The truth is, no, you haven't. The list of guys successfully transitioning from corner to safety is very small with success. There's guys that have done it, but it really wasn't what you want. And we'll see if he can do that. James has got a good feel for football, very knowledgeable, so that will help him in that transition.
So when he says it like that, I don't know if he's telling us, hey, BRADBERRY's doing a bang-up job at safety. It's a very hard transition. This guy is worth something. Go out and trade for him. Or he's saying, don't expect him to be that good at safety because it's very hard for corners to make that transition. We'll just have to wait and see. But I think it's, in my opinion, I think it's very weird that they're putting him at safety to start camp, okay? I know you want to get reps to the other corners, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But to me, I don't know how much it really helps you. And if you feel you need depth at safety, I said this in the previous video. Check it out if you haven't. You know, to me, the idea that Bradberry's at safety, your second string safety, to me, that tells me right now the Eagles should make a run at going out and getting Justin Simmons. They should. I rather have Justin Simmons at safety than Bradberry. Okay, so it is what it is. Now, as far as what they were doing on the field, once again at linebacker, BAUN started the day. Okay, he started the day at linebacker, and then they rotated guys in. Another day was Zach Baun first up at linebacker next to Devin White, ahead of Nakobe Dean. At corner, instead of having Isaiah Rodgers start opposite Slay, they had Ringo start opposite Slay. Now, clearly, when you look at what they're doing, I would say the wide receiver position, the linebacker position, and the cornerback position, they are rotating guys in next to the opposite starter. So, for instance, you have Slay, and then they're rotating Rodgers yesterday, Ringo today. They're saying this is an open spot. We're trying to figure out who should be here as a starter. So we got an open battle going on there. And then you have the same thing at linebacker, right? You have BAUN starting. He's probably got the lead. Then you have Nakobe Dean. And here's the big thing. This is the big deal on defense. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. was getting starting reps on 11 on 11. Now, I think if you look at all the rookies, I think he's the first rookie to get starting reps so far. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., if he starts one game, I believe he doesn't give that position back. He takes that job over. So whenever the day comes that Trotter's going to have to start and play, he's taking that job, that position staying with him. Now, Trotter was hurt today, which, you know, we were streaming and we were all holding our breath that he would be okay. Fortunately, he went down, he got up, then I guess he went back down again after coming back in on a few more plays. Eagles rookie linebacker Jeremiah Trotter is down holding his left leg, went down earlier and returned. Trainers are massaging his calf. Practice has ended. Then Trotter got on the cart and rode off. Then it came out later that Trotter was in fact okay, that he was having cramps during practice. So we dodged a huge bullet with Jeremiah Trotter out there getting hurt. It was just cramps. He's going to be okay. But I think more importantly, I think what's interesting is that Jeremiah Trotter is out there getting reps. That linebacking position, at the very least, that's wide open, man. They want to see who's going to go out there and who is going to make a play. Very, very interesting, okay? Now, you've got the battles at the linebacker. You've got battles at that cornerback. And one of the interesting positions on defense, in my opinion, the most important part of this defense is going to be Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. Now, Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis had a good day. They were getting pressure. They were getting to Hurts. There was a time where Jalen Carter made a great move, pushed the offensive lineman, went in to sack Hurts. Hurts tried to move to his left, and boom, Jordan Davis was there. And Jordan Davis is catching the eye of Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio talked about how Jordan Davis, you know, he's basically making movements he couldn't make a year ago. This is what he said.
Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter show up, and are they ready for maybe an increased workload compared to rotations of the last couple years?
Yeah, I don't have a reference to compare it to, not being here before, but I do think based on yesterday's practice, which yesterday was the first time the 2024 Eagles had any team reps, you know, so really the first time they've done anything outside of individual drill. I thought they looked good, and I thought Jordan showed some good movement abilities, was able to bend his body that I don't think I've seen him do before, and so it's encouraging right now.
It's a work in progress. We try to stay on the D line. We try to stay on the defense. That, you know, we got to be the best conditions. The more we can play, that's all across the board, not just for me, but the more we can play, the more we on the field, the better for our chances of success. And we just want to make sure that we can maximize our success because we feel in our hearts we got to have the best chance. We got to be the most elite defense, and that's just what I'm saying here.
So even, you see, Jordan Davis is even talking about his conditioning. He knows how important it's going to be for the Eagles. So the defense, you know, we're getting some good things here and there. Bryce Huff had a sack today. He's moving good. Now, Vic Fangio talked about him and talked about how he has been, basically his floor has been, he's going to be a good pass rusher. But his ceiling is that he can play the run and do much more. So they got him in coverage. He's going to learn to play the run. They are going to give this kid a chance to be really, really good, and we'll see. I also want to mention JALYX Hunt. Now, JALYX Hunt, what have we heard about him over the course of the first 2 days is he's looking good. He's looking good. He's showing some signs of being able to bat away, you know, the offensive lineman and how to use his hands and things like that. He has come a long way, I guess, since OTAs. He's a guy that we got to watch down the road. I don't know how quick he will actually contribute, but he looks like he's going to be a player. And what we're going to see going forward in the next few days of training camp. They got to walk through tomorrow. Then they got to practice on Saturday before day off. But I think what you're going to see is you're going to see more and more rotations with the linebackers, more and more with the corners. I expect QUINYON Mitchell to get reps with Slay at some point. But it will continue. And the Eagles really, those are wide open battles going on right before our eyes. It's going to be fun watching it in preseason. Now, as far as the offense goes, so far in camp, the offense has gotten better of the defense. They have gotten a lot on the defense. Really, the defense has been, I don't want to say they're getting destroyed, but they haven't been able to keep up with the offense. And a lot of that is Jalen Hurts looks fantastic. He's in tremendous shape. In some ways, he even looks a little lighter than he did a year ago. We're getting reports that he looks extremely fast. He looks a lot faster than a year ago. I don't know if that has to do with the injury to his knee. But most importantly, Jalen Hurts is accurate. Jalen Hurts has been accurate in camp so far. You remember last year there were a lot of reports during training camp, and I remember it was like, Jalen Hurts just overthrew this guy. He just overthrows Devontae Smith, just overthrow Quez, or, probably before Quez Watkins dropped it. But, he wasn't as accurate. Right now, he is hitting his target, okay? Jalen Hurts had a nice touchdown throw from a distance on Wednesday. Today, he comes back, he hits A.J. Brown on a deep right sideline throw. Brown makes over-the-shoulder catch in front of Slay. On 7-on-7, Hurts hits A.J. Brown deep over-the-shoulder catch down the sideline with Slay on him. Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown, who made it over the shoulder catch. He was tremendous. So Jalen Hurts had another big day, and this is a good thing. They're also using Saquon Barkley out as a wide receiver. They're lining him up out as a wide receiver. We talked in my previous video, we talked about how the Eagles are using a lot more motion than they were a year ago. You would think the offense would be struggling, but it looks like they're doing a really, really good job so far, and that they're actually doing or way ahead of maybe what we thought they would have been. The interesting thing on offense I want to talk about too is the battle at the wide receiver 3 position, because at the wide receiver 3 position, yesterday it was Paris Campbell. He went out there and he was getting reps. Today it's John Ross. John Ross was out there and he was getting reps as the third wide receiver. So clearly we know that there's another battle there. Dave Zangaro said this: on offense, John Ross has been the wide receiver 3 today. Paris Campbell had that spot yesterday. The Eagles have been rotating the cornerbacks since the first period, rotating the linebacker, and also, of course, they're doing this with the wide receiver. John Ross working with the first team offense as wide receiver 3 instead of Paris Campbell. So I think that what we know early on, we know some of the battles going on. Wide receiver 3, the linebacker, and that outside cornerback position. They're three that have stood out. I think you also got that right guard spot, although they're giving it to Steen right now. But what happens once Becton can go and move to right guard? You see, Becton has been playing like an 11-11s because Dickerson was hurt yesterday and limited today. He's been playing left guard. What's going to happen? I want to see when Dickerson is back. Are they going to rotate Becton in at right guard with Steen? Keep an eye on that. But we got battles, and these battles are going on, and those are the three main areas, and I'm sure there are more. There's definitely more, but those are the ones that are standing out in practice right now. That outside cornerback, that linebacker, and that wide receiver 3 spot. What's going to happen? Who the hell knows? But I'm in for it. I cannot wait for preseason. I cannot wait to see these battles take place. I think it's such an interesting training camp. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision, baby. We're all just living in it. So going forward, at least as of right now, we are going to continue doing live streams during practice. It's been fun. It's been early, but people have so far told me that they like it. So we're going to continue with those live streams at practice. Now, tomorrow the Eagles have a walkthrough. We're not going to stream a walkthrough. Then they have a practice and then a day off. So we'll be back streaming Saturday morning when the Eagles are practicing. And then they'll have a day off on Sunday. So that is what it is. Make sure you come, hang out, join me. Should be a lot of fun. And if you guys haven't seen the video I did on Justin Simmons and the argument I make why the Eagles need to go out and sign him, definitely check it out. With that said, Denzel Washington out.
Hi, Michael Anthony Fitness here, MAF.
That's all, folks.